Here in Central Valley today, we talk to a lot of local law enforcement and first responders. Normally, we're promoting safety tips for the public and events aimed at raising funds for the many departments. But today, we're putting a spotlight on the people who put their lives on the line to keep us safe. It's all part of our effort to talk about mental health openly. Here now to join us, welcome Fresno Fire Battalion Chief Tom Cope, Employee Services Coordinator for the Fresno Police Department, Officer Jesus Cerda, Sergeant Brian Pennings with the California Highway Patrol, and Ken Katz, a licensed clinical social worker. Welcome all of you guys. How are you today?
Good, thank you.
Well, first of all, I feel that people normally think about the public when it comes to certain situations, right? But they never think about the people that are responding to it. You guys are all professionals. I know that you guys know what you're doing, but whenever you go out to a scene, do you guys mentally prepare yourselves to see something? Or what do you guys do? What do you guys think about?
Well, for us, it's hard to tell what you're going to. You often go to these calls and don't know what you're getting yourself into. So we try to imagine what we're going to expect to see, but oftentimes it's not correct.
That is strange. And for you guys, of course, this fire is a little different.
Well, it's similar. I would say that we depend upon protocols, right? We just follow the rules. So for most situations, we have guidelines as to what we're going to do. So it's easy to follow those guidelines. It's when that those actions are over that other things might come in and affect our mental health.
Exactly. And like you say, some scenes may be more chaotic than others. But at the end of the day, you guys are humans, right?
I'd like to think so.
Yeah, of course. Of course. How does it affect you, Sergeant? I know that you've been on scenes as well. How does that affect you?
Well, I'll tell you, when we get called to a scene, it's typically when we're called, it's because society needs help and we have to go solve the problem for them. So you mentally prepare yourself with what information is given to us. When you arrive on scene, you have to take charge of the situation. You have to take control of the situation. You have to assess the situation and investigate what happened.
And of course, I don't know if you guys have special apps as well for within your department. I know the police does, right? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
So we have an app that we created. It's FPD Cares app. And all it is all of our city resources that are available to us housed into one location. So if someone is experiencing an issue and they don't want to reach out to anybody, they can just go to their phone and get that information that they need.
And of course, and along the other departments, there's services that you offer as well to help.
We have the employee assistance program that we offer to all of our employees. It's strictly confidential. We make sure that every one of our employees knows that it's available to them. And as a supervisor or a peer, if you see an employee possibly struggling with a situation, we take them aside and encourage them to take advantage of that program.
And what about for the fire department?
Well, of course, City of Fresno has an EAP program, which is actually pretty robust. We've used it a lot. We also have an internal group of peers. That's about a dozen people who, similar to what you're describing, we just watch out for our fellow firefighters.
And of course, then Ken, you work with all of them. You've worked with them for a long time. In intervention, how important is that?
It's critical. And we provide intervention so that when people retire, they're not haunted by ghosts of calls that they've handled throughout their career. And we want to reduce the risk of people getting post-traumatic stress disorder or abusing alcohol or becoming depressed or anxious. And so intervention is critical. And we do it in the context of peer support programs and through one-on-ones, always referring people to EAPs. We provide something called the diffusing, and we do a lot of critical and stress debriefings. And one of the things that we do now is when an incident occurs, we do multi-agency debriefings. So it'll be law enforcement, fire, and EMS together, because the reality is they handled the call together.
Exactly, yeah.
So let's talk about the call together as well.
And then usually, if you, like you said, Ken, whenever something traumatic happens, is that when you guys decide to all get together and set up, what is it, like a conference? What is it?
Yeah, so
exactly.
The other thing that commonly happens is that it's very easy for a call to slip through a crack. But with all of us working together, well, just for an example, I won't say what the incident was, but Jesus called me this morning to make me aware of an incident that occurred this morning. He already knew about it from a law enforcement perspective. I then could address it. I also work at American Ambulance, and we could address it from an EMS perspective. And we'll be sharing that same information with Tom or his counterpart, Devin, at the fire department as well. So we all make sure everyone's in the loop, and then we come together and talk about these incidents, these calls.
That's such a great resource, it really is. And do you guys think that the general public doesn't understand the way these type of situations sometimes affect you personally? Do you guys think
Well, I'll speak to that real quick. So we get called to a situation, let's say a multiple fatality, a vehicle collision. We'll investigate the collision, we'll put the pieces of the puzzle together, we'll find out exactly what happened. That actually is the easy part. The hard part's when you have to do the notifications and you have to tell the bad news to the families, and you deal with the emotions and the loss of life, and you see what the tragedies do to these families. And then, let's say a month later, you see somebody going down the road doing exactly what caused that collision to happen, and you stop them before something bad happens. The public has to understand that we know what happens when people do what we just saw them do. And you know, we have passion for what we do because of the experiences that we have from the job, and we see what happens as a result of these violations, for instance.
But, and I think that, I can't speak for all the public, but I think a lot of the public think that first responders are impenetrable. They have an S on their chest. And the reality is that all first responders are human beings first, and these things do affect them. They do develop some sensitivity or desensitivity over time, but even at that, there are still calls that get to each individual first responder.
And of course, I feel that you as professionals, you guys go on autopilot, but at the end of the day, you guys go home and probably start thinking about what you just saw. I don't know if that's a situation with everyone, or is that something that really happened?
Sure. Well, that's consistent with us following protocols or following SOPs. When we arrive on scene, we do our work, but it's when the work is done and we're all sort of recovering from that, that's when we're more apt to think about the call in a personal way.
And do you feel the community should know or should be aware of a way to help you guys cope after something like that happens?
I think basically them understanding the fact that we deal with this in a real life situation. For us, this is our reality, it's our job. We have to handle these situations. We can't turn around. We have to handle them, and we do our job, and we have to deal with the emotions that as a result of that. And for them to understand that we're humans too, and we have this passion, and that's why there's extensive psychological backgrounds in order to have this job, so that you can be able to handle this stuff.
And then for people that are watching and they see you guys and they want to be just like you, is there something that they should keep in mind before going into an academy or anything like that?
Well,
Go ahead.
Well, for us, I would say that, you know, maybe start talking to law enforcement. You know, just speaking on our end. We also have the website www.fpdjobs.com. They can look at information there if they're interested, and it can help them, you know, find their way if that's something they want to do.
Yeah, of course.
I would add that community colleges throughout the state of California, they have law enforcement academies plus fire academies, and it creates a culture that's very similar to actually being employed in that area of work. So that's a good way to sort of test the waters.
That's true, to always just be around something you want to become so you can see if you're going to like it or not. That is true.
And I think anyone that wants to become a first responder, it doesn't matter what discipline. I think one of the most important things is for someone to be resilient. Then when being resilient doesn't mean bad things don't happen. It means when bad things do happen, you get knocked down, but you're able to bounce back up. And people that aren't resilient would have a very difficult time being in a first responder occupation.
No. And then besides all that, you guys have a special event coming up, right? Can you tell us a little bit about that, please?
The Peer Support Summit. It's going to be on March 19th, is a Thursday. So what we're doing there is we're bringing together all of our disciplines. It's a multi-agency event that we're putting together for peer support operators within their disciplines. So we're going to educate the peer support people on how to support their agencies.
And for those who are interested, the information's on the screen Thursday, March 19th, right? That's when it's happening.
Yes, and it isn't open to the public, but it is open
But-
to all first responders.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Great. Alrighty. So you guys, thank you so much for being here today. We really appreciate that information. I hope people learned a little bit of, well, just watching you and hearing you guys out. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Deborah.
Dennis.